No one laughed. No one spoke. Not a single person moved. Because when Bruce Lee's fist landed, the entire film set froze. Hong Kong, 1973. Enter the Dragon. The heat sat heavy in the studio, thick with sweat, dust, and tension. Studio lights burned overhead. Cameras were already rolling. This was supposed to be a routine fight sequence, controlled, rehearsed, precise. Bruce Lee stood at the center of it all. Calm, focused, untouchable. Around him were young stuntmen and extras, all trained, all ready, all trying not to show how nervous they were. Being close to Bruce Lee wasn't just intimidating. It felt like standing near something alive, alert, dangerous in the quietest way. One of those stuntmen was Jackie Chan. Barely in his 20s. Small role. No lines. Just another body meant to be thrown aside on cue. But Jackie was watching everything. Bruce's foot placement, his breathing, the way he never wasted a single movement. Action. The sequence began fast. Too fast. Bruce stepped in. A blur of motion. His strike came exactly where it was meant to, except one thing was off. Just slightly. A fraction of timing. A half-inch of distance. And then it happened. Bruce's fist connected solid, sharp, real. Jackie Chan went down. Not dramatically. Not theatrically. He hit the ground hard, the sound echoing louder than it should have. A sound no one expected to hear. The room went dead silent. Cameras stopped rolling. Crew members froze mid-step. No one breathed, because everyone on that set knew one thing. If Bruce Lee hit you for real, even by accident, it meant something had gone very wrong. Jackie lay on the floor, stunned, pain flashing across his face. For a split second, fear crept in, not of Bruce Lee, but of what this moment might mean. Then Bruce Lee moved. And what he did next is why this moment would be remembered forever. Bruce Lee was already moving before anyone else reacted. Not the director. Not the stunt coordinator. Not the crew rushing from behind the cameras. Bruce dropped to one knee beside Jackie Chan. The contrast shocked everyone. The same man who, seconds earlier, looked untouchable, almost inhuman in motion, now looked intensely human. Focused. Concerned. Present. Cut! Someone finally said. Too late. Bruce's hand was already on Jackie's shoulder. Firm. Steady. Not panicked. Not careless. Are you hurt? Bruce asked quietly. Jackie tried to speak, but the air had been knocked out of him. His chest tightened. Pain radiated through his ribs. His ears rang. For a terrifying moment, he wondered if he had done something wrong, if he had stepped too close, if he had failed. Bruce leaned closer. Breathe, he said. Calm, controlled, slow. The entire set watched in silence. This wasn't how accidents usually went. Usually there was shouting, blame, anger, embarrassment. But Bruce didn't raise his voice. He didn't look around to see who was watching. His attention never left Jackie. Jackie finally sucked in a shallow breath. Then another. Bruce nodded once, relief flickering across his face. Quickly controlled, but visible if you were watching closely. I misjudged the distance, Bruce said. No excuses. No ego. Just the truth. That sentence alone stunned the crew. Bruce Lee, admitting fault in front of everyone. Jackie felt something shift inside him. The pain was still there, sharp and real, but something else replaced the fear. Respect. Bruce helped him sit up, one hand steady behind his back. Jackie expected embarrassment, maybe even dismissal. Instead, Bruce studied him with quiet seriousness. You didn't do anything wrong, Bruce said. You were exactly where you were supposed to be. Jackie nodded, unable to speak yet. Around them, the crew finally exhaled. Someone offered water. Someone else stepped forward with a towel. But Bruce waved them back gently. Give him a moment. Jackie realized something then. Something that would stay with him for the rest of his life. Bruce Lee wasn't dangerous because he hit hard. He was dangerous because he took responsibility. And this moment wasn't over yet. Jackie Chan sat on the floor, back against a stack of props, trying to steady his breathing. The pain was still there, sharp, undeniable, but something else cut deeper. Awareness. Bruce Lee stayed with him, not standing above him, not pacing, not calling for assistance. He stayed close, eyes calm, watching Jackie's breathing return to normal like a doctor watching a patient wake up. "You okay now?" Bruce asked. Jackie nodded slowly. "Yes, I think so." Bruce helped him to his feet, careful, deliberate, every movement controlled. When Jackie stood, the set was still silent. Dozens of eyes followed them. Bruce turned to the stunt coordinator. "We stop for 5 minutes." It wasn't a request. The coordinator nodded instantly. Bruce then did something Jackie would never forget. He bowed. Not a dramatic bow. Not a performance. A simple, respectful bow to Jackie Chan. The crew exchanged looks. Some thought they had imagined it. Bruce leaned in slightly and spoke low, so only Jackie could hear. "Speed is dangerous when timing slips," Bruce said. "Even for me." Jackie swallowed. He didn't know what to say. He had grown up training under strict masters where mistakes were punished, not acknowledged, where being hit meant weakness. Bruce continued, "You stayed committed. That's why it connected. Never flinch halfway." Jackie blinked. "Yes, sir." Bruce smiled faintly. "Don't call me that." Jackie laughed despite himself, then winced as the pain reminded him where he was. Bruce's expression softened. "You move well," he said. "But you're holding tension. Too much." Jackie froze. Bruce Lee had noticed. In seconds. "Relax doesn't mean lazy," Bruce added. "It means ready." Jackie nodded again, heart racing. Not from pain now, but from realization. This wasn't a scolding. It wasn't humiliation. It was a lesson, delivered in the quietest way possible. Around them, filming resumed slowly. The set came back to life, but something had changed. Jackie Chan knew it. He had been hit by Bruce Lee. But more importantly, he had been seen. And this moment was only the beginning. When filming resumed, nothing felt the same. The cameras rolled. The choreography continued. The punches were pulled with perfect precision. But the silence from earlier still hung in the air. Jackie Chan moved through the rest of the scene carefully, hyper-aware of every step, every angle. Not because he was afraid, but because his understanding had shifted. For the first time, he realized how thin the line was between control and chaos. Bruce Lee noticed. Between takes, Bruce watched Jackie the way a craftsman watches a tool being refined. No judgment, just observation. After the final cut of the day, as crew members began packing equipment and voices slowly returned to normal volume, Bruce approached Jackie again. "You stayed," Bruce said. Jackie looked confused. "Of course. It's my job." Bruce shook his head slightly. "Most people would have pulled back, played it safe. You didn't." Jackie hesitated, then said the truth. "I didn't want to disappoint you." Bruce stopped walking. He turned fully toward Jackie now. "That," Bruce said, "is dangerous." Jackie's heart jumped. "Dangerous?" "Yes," Bruce replied. "If you move to please someone, you stop moving honestly." He gestured toward the empty set. "Fighting, acting, living. Same rule." Jackie absorbed every word. He had trained since childhood under harsh discipline, where approval meant survival. Hearing this from Bruce Lee felt like someone quietly opening a door he didn't know existed. Bruce continued, "You should move to express yourself, not to copy me, not to impress me." Jackie nodded, unsure how to respond. Bruce placed a hand briefly on Jackie's shoulder, light, grounding. "You have your own rhythm," Bruce said. "Don't lose it trying to borrow mine." Then Bruce walked away, leaving Jackie standing there alone on the set. The lights dimmed, the crew cleared out, and Jackie Chan stayed where he was for a long moment. That single accidental punch had done something years of training never had. It made him question who he was trying to become, and the answer wouldn't come easily. That night, Jackie Chan couldn't sleep. The studio lights were gone. The noise of the set had faded. But the moment replayed again and again in his mind. Not the pain. Not the fall. The silence. Jackie lay on his thin mattress, staring at the ceiling fan as it turned slowly above him. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Bruce Lee kneeling beside him, calm, focused, unshaken. Most men with Bruce's reputation wouldn't have stopped the shoot. Most wouldn't have admitted fault. Most wouldn't have bowed. That was the part that stayed with him. Jackie had grown up in a world where hierarchy was everything. Seniors were never wrong. Masters never apologized. Pain was proof of weakness, not a shared responsibility. Bruce Lee broke every one of those rules in less than a minute. The next day, Jackie returned to set early, earlier than usual. He stretched quietly in the corner, repeating Bruce's words in his head. Relax doesn't mean lazy. It means ready. When Bruce arrived, he noticed immediately. Not because Jackie was doing something dramatic, but because he wasn't. Jackie moved differently now. Less tension in his shoulders. His stance looser. His eyes more alive. Bruce watched without comment. During rehearsal, Jackie missed a cue. He adjusted without freezing. No panic. No stiffness. Bruce nodded once. That nod felt heavier than applause. Between takes, Jackie finally gathered the courage to speak. "Bruce," he said quietly, "how do you know when speed is too much?" Bruce didn't answer right away. He thought. "When speed controls you," Bruce said, "instead of you controlling speed." Jackie nodded slowly, committing the sentence to memory. Bruce looked at him for a moment longer. "Pain teaches fast," he added, "but awareness lasts longer." Jackie understood then. That accidental punch wasn't a mistake meant to be erased. It was a lesson meant to stay, and it would follow Jackie Chan long after the cameras stopped rolling. Over the next few days, Jackie began to notice things he had never noticed before. Not just in Bruce, but in everyone else. The way some stuntmen exaggerated their reactions, hoping to be seen. The way others pulled back just a little too early, afraid of getting hurt. The way tension crept in the moment someone tried to perform instead of move. Bruce Lee did none of that. He didn't perform strength. He didn't announce speed. He simply arrived. Jackie started positioning himself closer during rehearsals. Not in the way that demanded attention, but close enough to feel the timing, to sense the rhythm Bruce carried with him. It wasn't fast. It was precise. Bruce's movements felt like decisions already made. One afternoon, during a break, Jackie watched Bruce practice alone. No cameras, no audience, just a wooden dummy and quiet concentration. Each strike stopped exactly where it needed to stop. No follow-through, no wasted energy. Jackie realized something unsettling. Bruce wasn't holding back. He was complete at the moment of contact. That scared Jackie more than raw power ever could. Bruce noticed him watching. "Come here," Bruce said. Jackie hesitated, then stepped forward. Bruce gestured to the dummy. "Hit it." Jackie did. Fast. Sharp. Too sharp. Bruce stopped him with a raised hand. Again. Slower. Jackie frowned but obeyed. "No," Bruce said calmly. "Not slower. Earlier." Jackie didn't understand until he did. He adjusted his timing. The strike landed softer, cleaner, more controlled. Bruce nodded. "That's it." Jackie felt a chill run through him. This wasn't about strength. This wasn't even about technique. It was about when. Bruce walked away without another word. Jackie stood there, staring at the dummy, realizing something dangerous and beautiful at the same time. The punch that knocked him down had ended in seconds. But what it started inside him was only beginning. Jackie began to understand that Bruce Lee was always watching. Not in an intimidating way. Not like a supervisor. More like a mirror. Bruce didn't correct often. He didn't lecture. He observed, waited, then spoke only when the moment mattered. When he did, the words landed clean, like his strikes. During one rehearsal, a stuntman overcommit to a fall, spinning too far and breaking the rhythm of the scene. The director groaned. The crew sighed. Bruce raised a hand. "Stop," he said calmly. Everyone froze again. But this time, There was no fear in the silence, only attention. Bruce walked over to the stuntman, adjusted his position by a few inches, and said, "Don't fall for the camera. Fall for the truth." The man nodded, embarrassed. Jackie felt that sentence hit him harder than the punch days earlier. Fall for the truth. Later that afternoon, Jackie missed another cue. Not badly, just enough to notice. He stiffened, expecting correction. Bruce met his eyes across the set. No words, just a look. Not disappointment, not approval. Expectation. Jackie straightened instinctively. On the next take, he moved without forcing anything. The timing clicked. The scene flowed. Bruce nodded once. That was all. Jackie realized then that Bruce wasn't trying to create followers. He wasn't building copies of himself. He was looking for people who could think. That night, Jackie stayed late again. The set emptied. Bruce practiced quietly in the corner, sweat darkening his shirt. Jackie approached, nervous. "Bruce," he said, "why did you stop the scene for me that day?" Bruce wiped his face, considered the question. "Because accidents reveal truth," he said, "and truth is the best teacher." Jackie hesitated. "Did I disappoint you?" Bruce smiled faintly. "No." Then he added, "You surprised me." Jackie's heart jumped. Bruce turned to leave, then stopped. "Pain can close people," he said, "or open them. You chose to open." Jackie stood there long after Bruce walked away. For the first time in his life, he wasn't trying to become someone else. He was beginning to become himself. That as the days passed, Jackie felt a quiet tension growing inside him. Not fear, not doubt, choice. Every stunt, every movement now carried a question Bruce had planted without forcing it. Am I copying? Or am I creating? Jackie noticed how some stuntmen tried harder to move like Bruce. Same angles, same sharpness, same stillness before explosion. They wanted proximity to greatness, hoping it would rub off. Bruce noticed too. One afternoon, after watching a rehearsal, Bruce pulled Jackie aside. Not in front of anyone. "You see what they're doing?" Bruce asked. Jackie nodded. "They want to be you." Bruce exhaled slowly. "That's the fastest way to disappear." Jackie didn't fully understand, but he felt the weight of it. Bruce continued, "The world doesn't need another Bruce Lee. It barely understands the first one." Jackie laughed nervously. Bruce looked at him. "But it will need someone else." That sentence stayed with Jackie. Later that day, during a break, Jackie practiced alone. Not Bruce's movements, but his own. Awkward, unpolished, too big in places, too loose in others. He stumbled once, caught himself, laughed. Bruce watched from a distance. He didn't correct him. That night, Jackie wrote in a small notebook. Not techniques, not choreography, observations. How movement felt when it was honest. How timing changed when he wasn't trying to impress. How pain stopped being the enemy when it became information. The accidental punch returned to his thoughts, not as a warning anymore, but as a doorway. If Bruce Lee could hit that hard by mistake, what could happen when intention, awareness, and control aligned? Jackie realized something crucial. That moment didn't push him away from Bruce Lee's shadow. It showed him where the edge of it was. And for the first time, Jackie Chan knew he wouldn't live under it forever. Years passed, but that moment never faded. Long after Enter the Dragon wrapped. Long after Bruce Lee was gone. Long after Jackie Chan became a name people recognized. That single instant on set, the accidental punch, the silence, the bow stayed sharper than any award, any applause. Jackie would remember it in strange moments. Before a dangerous stunt, when fear crept in. After a bad fall, when pain demanded meaning. During quiet nights alone, when success felt louder than fulfillment. He remembered how Bruce didn't treat the accident like weakness. He treated it like information. Jackie realized that was the difference. Bruce never separated fighting from thinking, movement from awareness, power from responsibility. As Jackie's career grew, people began calling him the next Bruce Lee. Every time, Jackie felt a quiet resistance rise inside him. They didn't understand. Bruce Lee wasn't a template. He was a spark. Jackie chose humor where Bruce chose intensity. Acrobatics where Bruce chose economy. Pain on display where Bruce made it invisible. But the foundation, the respect for truth in movement, came from that day. From the punch that wasn't meant to land. From the man who stopped everything to take responsibility. Jackie once said in an interview years later, "Bruce Lee hit me once. Not hard on purpose, but hard enough to teach me something I never forgot." He never dramatized it. Never exaggerated. Because the real power of that moment didn't need drama. It lived quietly. In every fall Jackie survived. In every laugh that followed pain. In every choice to stay human on screen. And there was still one final truth left to say. Jackie Chan stood on a soundstage decades later, watching a new generation rehearse. They moved fast. They moved hard. They moved loudly. He smiled, not in judgment but recognition. He saw himself in them once. Someone asked him, what was Bruce Lee really like? Jackie thought of the punch. Not the impact. The silence afterward. He was careful, Jackie said finally. Careful with people. The room quieted. He didn't want followers. He wanted thinkers. He didn't want fear. He wanted awareness. Jackie paused, then added, that day on set, he could have brushed it off, could have acted untouchable. But he didn't. Jackie looked down at his hands. Hands that had broken bones, taken hits, told stories. He showed me that real power isn't about never making mistakes. It's about what you do the moment you realize you've made one. The silence returned, the same silence from years ago. That accidental punch didn't end a scene. It began a legacy. Bruce Lee didn't teach Jackie Chan how to fight. He taught him how to move through the world. And that lesson echoed far beyond that film set. Into every laugh, every fall, every moment where strength chose humility over ego. Because sometimes the most powerful thing a master can do is stop everything, take responsibility, and bow. And in that silence, a legend was passed on.